Let's look at some subs. I'll pull up one from like each. Okay, wait, hold on. My 23F boyfriend, 26 male, refuses to and tries to justify not washing his ass in the shower. How do I talk to him about his poor hygiene habits? We'll do this one. Hold on. Dark mode, please? No! I don't even know how to dark mode. How do you dark mode on Reddit? I don't know how. You guys are so... It's one website. Oh my god. Stop being fucking hobbits. Oh my god. How do I fucking turn on dark mode? Oh, there we go. You guys are such babies. My 23F boyfriend 26M refuses to and tries to justify not washing his butt in the shower. How do I talk to him about his poor hygiene habits? I've been with my boyfriend for about a year now, and when we showered together a couple months ago, I noticed that he didn't wash his butt in the shower at all. I initially thought he might have been shy to do it in front of me or felt like he didn't have enough space, even though he cleaned his front area fine, so I shrugged it off. I peeked in the bathroom while he was showering to check up on him the other day and noticed he, again, didn't clean his butt. After he was done, I asked him why he avoids cleaning there and claims that it's dirty to clean. Claims that it's dirty to clean in between your cheeks and the feeling makes him uncomfortable. That's a straight man. If he doesn't get himself a shower glove. No, really. Okay. By the way, this is r/relationship advice. So she's asking for advice on this. The soap has to travel through the valley of death. It's mandatory. Okay. He's a bigger guy, and I would think that since he is bigger, he would take his bodily hygiene into higher consideration since he sweats more and eats more than me, which causes him to be on the toilet more often as well. I can't excuse it and say maybe he wasn't taught how to clean his body properly as a child because he's nearly 30 years old and thinking soap and water can't clean fecal matter off your body is not mature. When he gets out of the car up from the... When he gets out of the car or up from the couch, I can sometimes smell that he didn't clean himself good enough, and it gives me secondhand embarrassment. Oh my god! Oh my god! Question, does he wipe after his shits or is that too gay too? Wait, okay. I do feel like it has put a strain on our intimacy as well, and though he enjoys oral sex from me, I often refuse because I'm disgusted and uncomfortable with putting my face/mouth in his crotch area at all. I don't know how to ask him about it again, and I know I'm not wrong for wanting this bad habit to change because it's having a negative impact on my attraction to him. What would be the best way to approach him about this? Also, this is my first Reddit post seeking advice, so I'm sorry if it isn't descriptive enough. Everywhere he sits is brown. Go break up with him. Break up with him. He is too damn old to be doing this. Too damn old. She insinuated without actually insinuating that he does leave skid marks. Like, no. It would be, after the first time, it's over. If you don't do it, it's over. Not descriptive enough. Imagine he asks you to eat or peg him out. Gulp. So she put an edit on this and she goes, edit. When he said dirty, he means it as disgusting or gross, not sexual. He thinks it's nasty to use your hands or whatever you wash your body with to clean your butt. Whether it's one item for your whole body or if you have one specifically for cleaning your privates. That is the point of having a washcloth specifically for your privates. Am I losing my mind? Also, if you just rub soap on your hands, swipe it through the crack and wash it off, then soap it again, are you not cleaning yourself? Is that not the point of taking a shower? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Homie acting like he can't wash his hands after? Right! You should not have to beg a 26-year-old grown-ass man to practice proper hygiene. Please raise your standards. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. This is what I don't understand. Who would want to be with someone that literally has stank ass that others can smell? The fact that she could smell it when he gets up. She can smell it. That's gross. That's gross. That's so nasty. Is this below the bedrock standards? It's more common than you'd think. I've seen way too many posts on Reddit from women begging people for advice about how to teach their partners to wipe their own asses, even though they've already begged the partner to do so with zero results. A lot of them seem to believe their partners are perfect, except for the fact that they smell like shit and leave streaks on the sheets. At least she knows when he's home. OP, it's actually unsanitary for you in that you could get an infection during sex, yeast infection, or via your hands, pink eye. It goes beyond the oral sex issue. He doesn't have to use his hands or just a washcloth between his cheeks. He could get a sponge-less loofah with a wand/handle to get in between there, or he could get a bidet. A bidet does not solve this issue. A bidet does not solve this issue. It does not solve this. Okay, I'm a larger bloke too, and he absolutely needs to wash his arse when he's showering. We know where this guy came from. You are quite correct. Those of us who are carrying more weight sweat more, and especially in areas where the skin is rubbing together, such as the arse cheeks and inside thighs. Personally, I'd advocate going a step further and use a wet wipe after visiting the porcelain throne. Without wishing to be crude, those of us with larger posteriors have a greater surface area to wipe, and that means extending the hand/arm further than would be necessary for a thin person. Perform the task as usual, wipe as normal, then use a wet wipe to finish off. Obviously, don't flush the wet wipe, even those that claim to be flushable. That squeaky clean feeling is great and way better than worrying about skid marks and the like because the wipe wasn't perfect. This is crazy. That is true. She does oral. She would be close to the eye of terror. Please. I appreciate that doesn't answer the question you asked in the OP, how to talk to him about it. Unfortunately, you're just going to have to say it and let the chips fall where they may. Consider making the suggestion about wet wipes as well. That'll keep things cleaner between showers. If he takes it on board and adjusts his behavior accordingly, all well and good. If he doesn't or gets angry about you mentioning it, then you have a decision to make. Do you really want to be in a relationship with a 26-year-old adult who can't clean their arse? The crack in front of your leaves. Doesn't it scratch less hurt? Yeah, and don't you just like feel fucking disgusting? Like, do you not feel gross? Do you not feel shame? Cause like, if he's not cleaning his ass crack properly in this shower, he's probably not wiping properly. He sounds crusty, yeah. When you leave shit in your ass, it gets itchy and you can get a rash. Ooh! Ah! Ew, 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 ew. Am I the asshole for dipping lasagna into hot sauce? What? I feel like there has to be more to this. I feel like there has to be more to this, right? Let's see. Am I the asshole for dipping lasagna into hot sauce? I, 20F, love hot sauce and put it on most things. I live with my husband, 22M. Being married in your early 20s, by the way, this is already giving me a red flag. You're married at 20 and 22? Girl. For the last couple of days, his mother has been in the area, and yesterday she asked if she could come around and cook for us before heading home. Since neither of us were working, we agreed and offered to help her so we can all cook and eat together and it's less work for her. She refused and said she wanted to do something nice for us and also refused us helping with the cost. She went grocery shopping specifically for this. Anyway, she arrives early in the day and spends 8 hours on making a lasagna. Not all of this was active cooking time, most was just the meat sauce simmering. But even then, she was saying how she wished she had overnight. We have an apartment and there wouldn't be room for her to stay the night. I'm grateful for the time she spent and thanked her multiple times, although her coming around for such a long period was more than we had discussed and did mean we had to reschedule some plans we had made for earlier that day. It comes time to eat and we have the lasagna and roast potatoes. 2 carbs. Let's get that out of the way. Y'all need more protein in your diet. This is when the problem started. We keep condiments in the middle of the dinner table and I put some hot sauce on my plate. Dip a potato in, dip the lasagna in, make eye contact with mother-in-law, and she looks like I'm eating a human baby. Puts down her plate, pushed it away, and begins getting ready to leave. I ask her what's wrong, and she tells me she has never been so disrespected before by any of my son's women. We'll come back to this. And that she spent 8 hours slaving away just for you to ruin it with that crap. My husband did defend me, but my mother-in-law has now begun a narrative in his family that I'm ungrateful. I'm not sure if what I did was actually wrong or not. Am I the asshole? First of all, you're not the asshole. You're not the asshole, and there are 2 things wrong in this problem. Actually, 3 things, really. The first thing wrong is mother-in-law is getting upset. She feels disrespected because there's this weird kind of sentiment that some women have that it's like, if you need to use a condiment or you need to add more spices to my cooking, that means you're telling me my cooking is bad and you're disrespecting me. So first of all, you're not the asshole for that. Because personal preference is a thing. You're not calling her cooking shit just because it's not spicy enough for you. The second issue that I immediately saw arise was, I've never been so disrespected before by any of my son's women. My sister in Christ, your son is 22. He married at 22. What other women could he have had? He's been on this earth for 22 years. He could only have women for maybe 5 or 6 of those years. What? Son already married 3 times. Maybe she met all of her sons. Potentially she could mean any of her sons. But 3 times? No, he's just checking. His mother being overprotective / else. That's what I was getting into. Was this sounds like a fucking Oedipus complex situation where this is definitely a boy mom. Yeah, exactly, Dilly. This is one of those boy moms who their son is everything to them and they end up getting basically proving Freud correct in their actions with their sons. So that's the second issue. The third issue, I need to know how you guys got married, because 20 and 22 and already committing to marriage is crazy. You haven't even finished college, either of you, and you said you both are working. What are we doing here? What are we doing? Have you seen the video of the gender reveal where the mom immediately runs to her son and he has to run away from her to his wife? No, I haven't. Religious family. These could be like Mormons. These absolutely could be like Mormons. Oh, I already don't like this first comment. I get it. I'm married to a hot saucer, but it sucks when you work hard on a dish and they immediately dump a bunch of hot sauce on it. It's like they're saying, here, fixed it. And I love hot sauce, but when you use a lot of it, that's all you taste. I don't know what ESH means. Sounds like you didn't want her cooking for you anyway, so job well done, I guess. Also, eating that much sauce means you're ingesting a ton of sodium. What the fuck is this comment? They're making an okay point, but the way they went around it is like, you know, the GIF reply on Twitter that's like, it's like Homelander like kind of cringing at someone, and the caption is like, when you low-key agree with someone but the way they said it is like not good at all. Everyone sucks here. Oh, okay. That's kind of me with this comment, because like I do understand it. Is that, yeah, you are right that when you drown your food in hot sauce, the hot sauce is the only thing you taste. That's the point of drowning it in hot sauce, is you're basically saying this food does not have enough flavor that I'm drowning it in hot sauce. But that's not what OP was saying, in my opinion. She said she was dipping her food in the hot sauce. She didn't say she drowned her food in the hot sauce and that she didn't want to eat the mother-in-law's cooking. She just likes using hot sauce. This is one of those moments where it's like, this is definitely like a Reddit moment where it's like, I'm assuming what you do because this is what I do, and I'm using anecdotal experience to project this onto you. And basically I've made this construction of you in my head where you are the asshole for doing this thing. Trying to figure out how you even dip a lasagna. I did side-eye that one. When she said dipped her lasagna, I did side-eye a little bit. Because, like, it would just fall apart, right? How can he know that she puts ton of sauce on lasagna, not just a dab? Right, she literally said she dipped it in the hot sauce. You can assume from that she did not put a lot on her plate. As someone who cooks, I get it. My eye twitches a little when I cook for someone and they feel the need to put sauce on it. Yeah, I get that. No, I get that for sure. I'm personally just not a sauce person when it comes to food. Like what? That's also, this is another problem I have with this post, which is why like it kind of caught my eye, was why do you feel like you'd need to dip lasagna in hot sauce? The only way a lasagna, and like, cause she said like the mother-in-law was stewing the sauce for hours. There's no way this lasagna is not flavorful enough to where you need to put on hot sauce. Also, lasagna already has sauce. Why would you put a hot sauce on a lasagna? It's not meant to be hot. I can understand when it comes to something like a pizza or chicken and stuff like that. If it's like something that like is either a little dry or, you know, could use a little flavor. This is a very saucy lasagna. Just wanted a little spice to it. If you want a little spice to it, you could have gone up to the mother-in-law and said, hey, we have some red pepper flakes. I personally like some spice to my food. Do you think you could add a little bit of this to mine? Or would it be okay if like you added this into the lasagna? Like, there's just like, she's still not the asshole. But there is also, you're a little weird for what you're doing. As an Italian, this is giving me MC spaghetti vibes. What does that mean? Doing all that when you could just dip it in hot sauce. Yeah, I get that. I do. But it's also like, I don't know. It's weird. McDonald's spaghetti? McDonald's has spaghetti? I don't know. It's because like when I would go over, so my brother had a girlfriend, right? I would go over to the girlfriend's house because we were all friends, so we would all hang out at her house. Now, her parents were white and rich. Me and my brother are Latino and poor. So it was a different experience for us. But it's also kind of on the person cooking to ask, hey, what do you guys like? How do you guys like your food? It is a little weird to go into someone's house or apartment in this case, go into someone's space, cook something for them without asking them, do you guys like this? Or how do you guys like your food? Is there a dish you guys like? Again, this is an assumption that the mother-in-law didn't do this because realistically, she could have asked, do you guys like lasagna? And they both said yes. And that was the end of that conversation. Anyways, the second comment. Also, this is just a personal thing and a side note, but I genuinely don't understand why people would want every single day, oh my fucking God, would just want every single meal they eat forever to taste like the same exact sauce. I'm autistic, so I literally hyperfixate on one meal for months, felt that, and that would bore the fuck out of me. And hot sauce is a pretty strong flavor, and it's not like just adding a tad more salt. Don't you eventually get tired of all your food tasting the same? What's even the point of trying out different foods if you're literally just going to douse it in hot sauce? Not gonna lie, I would be annoyed if I spent 8 hours cooking a meal and they just dumped a super strong flavored sauce on it without even trying it. If anyone on the planet has an excuse for being super set in their ways, it's an autistic person. And I still make a damn effort because it's rude not to. If I get hounded on for not branching out because of the literal symptoms of my disorder, OP should too for a fucking preference. There's like, again, this is the assumption. This is the assumption issue of the internet. You're assuming things that she didn't say in her story. It's also, it has to do with being polite, but also in the sense of, you don't know, obviously the mother raised her son in the way she wanted her son to act. The mother did not raise the girlfriend. So it's understandable that the girlfriend sees no issue with this because she was raised differently. Maybe her parents didn't teach her that it was impolite to do something like this. Personally, to me, in my opinion, I don't find what she did impolite. It's a little weird, and I would be a little annoyed. But I wouldn't, say, oh my God, I'm never cooking for you again. I'm never coming over to your house. This is so disrespectful. I feel like you can't have a strong take without assuming something here because we lack some context about these dynamics. I feel like either the mom already hated the girlfriend or the girlfriend isn't telling us the full story. Exactly, yeah. Y'all overacting over a little sauce, it ain't this big of a deal. I don't think it's this big of a deal. And the mom absolutely took it out of context. Or, sorry, not out of context, out of proportion. There's absolutely no reason to go like that. Instead of, conversing, hey, I spent 8 hours on this lasagna. It's just kind of rude for you to douse it in hot sauce, assuming that's what she did. I could see the hot sauce thing being the last straw of list of things, but we have no idea because we only know this single incident. Exactly. I get being annoyed, but according to the post, she's acting like they shot the dog. Yeah. I'm still stuck at the 20-year-old marriage rather than the sauce situation. That is also another issue. That is also absolutely another issue, is that we could assume that the mom is acting in this way because she thinks the girlfriend is childish because she's only 20 years old. and married her 22-year-old son. So the mother could not be respecting the girlfriend as another adult and therefore acting like this is unsalvageable because he married an immature child or whatever. So, again, yeah, there's just a lot of context to this that we just don't get in an Am I the Asshole reading, but, you know. And she also just it seems like she hasn't commented on any of these. She hasn't edited her post, so, like, there's not anything you can really gather from this. To be fair, 8 hours isn't too long to spend on a lasagna. Even if you make the noodles and ricotta by hand, it should not take that long. I also agree with that. 8 hours is fucking crazy. How long were you stewing that sauce? I mean, I could understand if she made the sauce by hand, by taking every fucking tomato, you know, baking the tomatoes and then making the sauce by hand and blending it by hand and stuff like that. I can see that it makes a little sense that it would take a long time, but 8 hours is crazy. And like even OP was like 8 hours on making a lasagna, and not all of it was active cooking. This feels like when you turn on the TV and stumble upon the 213th episode of a telenovela and have zero clue of the plot. Yeah. Like, girl, did she plant the tomatoes, gather them from her garden before going and stuff? Like, it's crazy. Some people want to marry quickly. My girlfriend, when I was 19, talked about marriage after 6 months of relationship. I was like, girl, I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I ain't going to marry now. Yeah, it's definitely like... this is a quintessential Reddit post for Am I the Asshole? But that's what kind of makes these fun, you know? Let's try another one. Ooh. Oh, this one is hitting a pet peeve for me. This one's hitting a pet peeve for me. Am I the asshole for asking my girlfriend to use earphones when using social media during the evening? My 34 male girlfriend, 31 female, spends most of her evening scrolling through social media on her phone, and she always has the sound on. It's not just background noise, it's random jarring sounds from different videos. One moment it's loud music, the next it's someone shouting, and it goes on for hours. At first, I would ask her to lower the volume or use headphones, and she'd usually comply. But the next evening, it would start again. I've had to ask her so many times that I now feel like I'm constantly nagging her, which makes me feel like a parent rather than her partner. I've tried wearing headphones myself or going to another room, but it feels unfair that I have to change my habits when the issue is her loud videos. I finally told her I'd appreciate it if she just used earphones while watching, especially in the evenings when I'm trying to relax or focus. She said I'm being too sensitive and that it's not a big deal to hear some videos now and then. I don't think I'm asking for much, but maybe I'm overreacting. So am I the asshole for asking my girlfriend to use earphones in the evening? This is one of my biggest pet peeves. I made a joke about this on Christmas when it was me and my mom, and we were in the kitchen cooking, and my grandmother was at the kitchen table. So obviously she's at the kitchen table because she wants to be around us while we're doing something, because that's the whole point of her being there. But my grandmother is watching a telenovela at 100 volume on her phone at the kitchen table when we're trying to cook dinner. And we're trying to talk to each other. And I remember my mom asking, she goes, "What are you watching?" And my grandmother responds with, "Oh, I don't know. I just saw it, so I clicked it." She had no idea what was going on. So I'm getting so like overstimulated by her noise, and then me trying to talk to my mom. I was getting so annoyed. I look at my mom and I go, "Next Christmas, can you get her a pair of headphones, please?" And like, I hate this. I hate this a lot. I hate this so bad. My sister does that when we eat dinner. So at least my mom has a rule of no phones at the dinner table. Which is a little annoying because, you know, I'm quiet on my phone at least. But, you know. I tell her to turn it down, but she says she can't hear because we're talking. That's crazy. No, yeah. So I hate this. It's so overstimulating for me. Hello, yes, we want to eat and talk to each other. Exactly, which is why my mother has a no phones at the dinner table rule. So I absolutely agree with this guy, and I think he's not the asshole. And maybe this is me overreacting, but I genuinely feel like this is something I would break up with someone for. If you can't respect me in our shared space to the point where putting in headphones is that much of an issue for you, that's crazy. Because I know if it were me and you asked me, hey, I'm trying to relax here, can you put in headphones? I would do it, and I would immediately do it for the rest of the time that I would be in the living room and watching shit on social media. You wouldn't even have to ask me again. I would just remember, oh, he doesn't like it when I'm playing things on my phone out loud. Let me go get my headphones. It's such a basic thing to do that you making it a habit, dare I say, it's a sign of a self-centered personality. Absolutely. Absolutely it is. And he says, and she'd usually comply about it, which means she does it to satisfy him and not because she actually recognizes that this is an issue. First comment, not the asshole. Very weird of your girlfriend. Very weird that your girlfriend is so inconsiderate. When living together, the first rule is to be considerate. In this case, it is like she tries every evening to see if she managed to wear you off already and let her do whatever she wants. In my book, it's the behavior of an entitled brat who was never told to be considerate by her family in the past. If you want to watch nonsense on your phone, where you are the only audience, use your damn headphones. I had a fight with my Instagram influencer ex over her turning off her notifications when I needed to sleep. That's crazy. I've also seen some people talking at phone full volume on speaker in the goddamn bus. It makes me throw the phone. Yeah, I'm definitely like a proprietor of, if you're going to watch something in a public space or you're going to be on the phone in a public space, either take it away from people, put your headphones in, or just don't answer the call. Having sound on your notice period is an ick. It's giving an only child an iPad kid. Yep. Well, it can't be an iPad kid. She's fucking 31. Oh, so she's fucking 31 years old. She's 31 years old. For my wife and I, if we are not actively doing something together or talking, we hang out in separate rooms. We both do things that annoy each other, but wouldn't deny each other the right to do these things. Coexistence requires compromise and the ability to not feel like you have to be up each other's asses 24/7. And OP replied to this. My issue is, and this is coming from my perspective obviously, is that since I'm the one who's more sensitive to sounds, I'll always be changing the room, asking to reduce volume, reminding to use earphones. So while it is working to a certain degree, I also can't help feeling that I'm always compromising myself. It's because you are. 31-year-old blasting Coco Melon full volume while the husband is trying to sleep. Grown-ass woman can't put headphones on. Right. Can't be considerate at all. But he is right. He's absolutely right. It's like, if I had the means and I had a partner, I am absolutely of the mind that I need a separate room away from you. We can have a shared bedroom. That's fine. But I need my own space. I don't think I could live with someone and have the only two rooms to be around be our bedroom and our living room. I can't work like that. I need my own personal space. I need my own room that when I'm feeling like overstimulated or I just don't want to be around someone, I can go in my own room, stay there, sleep there if I need to. Do couples not have like jobs or social lives? I mean, this is assuming like he didn't specify when this was happening, but like maybe this is after both of them get home from work. Read that last sentence again. If you can't work out a mutual compromise together where you don't feel like it's always on you, that really says something about your relationship. Yep. Most people are saying not the asshole. It's absolutely bewildering that this has become such a trend in public places. Airports have become unbearable thanks to this inconsiderate behavior. I would not be able to live with someone who displays so little respect for me, especially after being repeatedly asked to just use earbuds. That was one of my biggest pet peeves as a waitress as well, is when I would, you know, it's already like a busy night or whatever, or even if it's like a quiet night or something like that, or a quiet morning, and I'm serving people in like a, not fancy, but like a restaurant where I had to wear a button down. And people would come in with their kids, hand their kids their iPad or their phone, and just completely conk out, or like never mind that the child is just blasting shit on full volume like they're fucking Coco Melon, and not being considerate for anybody else in the restaurant, or even me, the server who's trying to take your order, where I'm trying to actively listen to what you're saying, but I have Coco Melon in my fucking right ear blasting, you know? I don't know. This is such a pet peeve for me.